Good day everyone, I hope you are doing well. In this video, I'll walk through the evolution of customs valuation in the Philippines, the formal name of the WTO valuation agreement, and how duties are computed today using the transaction value method. Don't worry, I'll explain this in a clear and easy to understand way, just like we're having a conversation. So the first part is evolution of customs valuation in the Philippines. Let's start with how customs valuation evolved in the Philippines over time. From 1902 to 1957, the Philippines used the Home Consumption Value or HCV. Under this system, the value of imported goods was based on their price in the exporting country, not the actual invoice price. This was patterned after the US valuation system. Then, from 1957 to 1972, under Republic Act No. 1937, the country briefly shifted to the invoice value or CIF system. During this period, customs relied on the actual invoice price of the goods, including cost, insurance, freight. However, from 1972 to 1996, during the period of the martial law, under Presidential Decree No. 1464, the Philippines returned to the home consumption. This was done mainly to prevent undervaluation, but it made the country one of the last in the world still using this outdated method. From 1996 to 1999, the Philippines entered a transition phase under Republic Act No. 8181, adopting the export value system. This system was somewhat similar to the Brussels definition of value and served as a stepping stone before fully adopting the WTO system. Finally, from 2000 up to the present, the Philippines fully adopted the transaction value as a member of the World Trade Organization. This marked the end of notional or fictitious values and aligned Philippine customs valuation with international standard. So, the second part is formal name of the WTO valuation agreement. Now, what is the formal name of the WTO valuation agreement? So, its official and complete title is the Agreement of Implementation of Article 7 of the General Agreement on Tariffs and Trade, 1994. This agreement implements Article 7 of the General Agreement on Tariffs and Trade, and also known as GATT, in 1994. And it replaced the old GATT valuation code after the Uruguay round negotiation that created the WTO. So in last part, how duties are determined today, the transaction value method. So how does customs determine the amount of duty today? Under the current system, the transaction value as the primary and preferred method of customs valuation. This means that the customs bases the value of imported goods on the price actually paid or payable for the goods when they are sold for export to the Philippines. In simple terms, customs looks at the commercial invoice and checks the real price agreed upon the buyer and the seller. However, this doesn't stop the invoice price alone. Certain costs are added if they are paid by the buyer but not included the invoice, such as commission and brokerage fee, packing costs, assets like molds or material supplies by the buyer, royalties and license fee, transport, insurance, and related charges up to the port of importation. So, once these required adjustments are added, the total becomes the value the value customs value. This customs value is then multiplied by the applicable tariff rate, and that's how customs determines the amount of duty to be paid on imported goods. If and only if the transaction value cannot be accepted due to reasons provided by the law, customs will be moved to the other valuation methods in strict order, such as goods, similar goods, deductive value, computed value, and lastly, the fallback method. To wrap it up, the Philippines' adoption of the transaction value system ensure that the custom valuation is fair, uniform, transparent, and based on real commercial transaction in line with the global trade practices. Thank you for listening, and I hope this helps you better understand custom valuation in the Philippines.